Good day, gamers. Fortain here, and welcome to episode 15 of Minecraft StoneBlock. Hello, everyone. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. It is time to continue working on more chickens, more machines, more crossbreeding, and working our way towards needing, we're very closely there, needing to have our first basement constructed. Because of all the different machines we're going to be working with, all the different power generation methods we're going to be working with, we're going to be needing to expand center base by quite a bit. And the way I'm going to be expanding it further is downwards, making the first basement, which for a time will be a combination power generation and power usage, aka generators and machines. But later on, I'm going to have a large enough amount of machines that I'm going to need to devote an entire basement to just power usage. But for now, we're going to continue working on our chickens. We've got a bunch of 999 chickens with 1010 eggs that we need to go ahead and hatch into some 1010 chickens. So let's start with these 5 here. This string chicken took so long last time to actually become a string chicken. I actually had some other chickens from the last episode that I was planning on crossbreeding that I didn't get to because that string chicken took so long to create. So we're just going to be continuing with that list today in terms of crossbreeding. We've got our 5 here that are set to grow. While those are growing, we'll go ahead and set up our first crossbreed of the day. We need a lapis blue chicken and a log chicken to make a snowball chicken. Not very important to have at the moment, but later on I'm going to be having some reactors that are going to rely on some very cold materials, and snowballs are an effective source of coldness. So let's see, we need a lapis blue, which is right here, and a log chicken, which we have a ton of. So we'll go ahead and set those in the crossbreeders. Also, this lime chicken, it's currently at 555. It has taken so long to just go from 111 to 333 that I was honestly concerned if I was going to have to do 111 to 222 to 333, 444, and so on. But thankfully enough, it finally dropped to 333 egg, and then I've gotten it up to 555 so far. Eggs are going well. While the eggs are getting ready to hatch and the crossbreeder is going, I do have a bunch of in-progress chickens to go ahead and cull, but I do want to start making a liquid version of the experience that I have. I currently have 42 levels, and there's a few ways that you can use to extract experience from the character and turn it into a liquid form. We are going to need a tank for that, so I'm going to be making our good old basic fluid tank and going up to the ultimate fluid tank here, iron and redstone. The main reason that I want to convert the experience into a liquid form is once I get access to the way to enchant things how I want to enchant them, a lot of it is going to be powered with a liquid called essence, which is just another version of experience. But I have to get the experience into a liquid form first and then convert it into essence to be able to use it. So we're just going through the steps right now to make another ultimate fluid tank. There we go, ultimate fluid tank made. And then there is a couple different ways, like I said, to extract liquid experience from you. One I don't have access to just yet because I don't have access to Eyes of Ender. But there is, what is it called? The Open Blocks XP Drain. There it is. Normally I would use the XP Drain Singularity tank for mob grinding utilities, but again, I don't really have access to Eyes of Ender. But this works just fine. It's literally just a whole bunch of iron bars. I don't know exactly how that's supposed to drain the experience from you, but hey, if it works, then sure. I don't have any more iron bars. I think I used the last of them to craft, I want to say that was the water filter. But yeah, we'll go ahead and make some iron bars. We'll make the XP drain from open blocks. The rest of the iron bars can go in our dumpage chest for right now. As you can see, I've been getting a lot of the concentrated essence berries off camera, just watering the bushes constantly to get a bunch. But all we have to do is place down the ultimate fluid tank, like so. We put the XP drain on top, and we don't even need to stand on this thing. We can just walk up to it, or not. I guess we do have to stand on it. There we go. And as you can see, it's draining the experience from us. And if we take a look in here, we've got liquid XP. So this liquid XP, if we take a look, there it is. Experience, liquid XP, whichever you want to call it. There's a few different names for it. But you can take this stuff in the Fluid Dictionary Converter, which we'll be making at some point. We can convert from liquid XP to essence from industrial foregoing, and then we use that essence to power a bunch of stuff. Mostly a mob spawner, but also the enchantment applicator. Now, I am going to need several level 30 enchantments to be able to start doing the enchanting when it's time. So I don't want to drain myself, you know, completely empty, but I am potentially going to get a large amount of experience, by large, maybe like 1 or 2 levels, from culling all of these chickens. And I don't want it to be just building up into higher levels. I want it to try and at least, you know, become a better liquid form. The eggs are about 70%. Let's go ahead and cull, well, we'll cull a few chickens. Grab that amount for right now. Now again, these are all of the in-progress chickens that we've been getting as we've been working on creating the 111s, 333s, 555s, and so on. And all of the attempts to crossbreed chickens that have not produced the chicken that I'm looking for. Now I do know that I could just toss all of these chickens in any of the various furnaces that I have access to, and they would just create a singular piece of cooked chicken. I'd like to get at least something else from them. Oh, I got a hat from killing that one chicken. But yeah, so like this is some of the other stuff that you can get from killing the chickens directly is some of their drops. You can get the occasional hat, which is just a little decorative thing. And you get some experience for it. Just toss all this in here for now. We'll check on our baby chickens momentarily. Now, I'm not too worried. Oh my goodness. Oh, excuse me, goodness. I'm getting a little raspy all of a sudden there. Sorry about that. I'm not too worried about like losing drops in terms of not using a fortune sword on these. I'm just more for getting the extra drops of slaying them directly versus just chucking them in a furnace to get just chucking them in a furnace to get just the singular cooked piece of chicken. And it looks like my little baby chickens have started growing up over here. Marvelous. Let us grab some seeds, and we can go ahead and turn them into adult chickens. Everyone gather around. Gotta give you lots of seeds. Come on now. Where's the fifth one? There you are. Come here. Your little googly eyes. Let's go find your friend over here. There we go. Everyone gather around so I can feed you all more easily. Your countdowns are already very low, which is good. Just give them a smattering of seeds. There we go. They should all be growing up pretty soon. You need some more seeds. Oh, get back here. They're on the run. Boop, there we go. Boop. And a boop. And you need some more seeds. There we go. And you're just about ready. I wanted to make sure I had an empty inventory when going to do this, so I did not accidentally take out one of the triple 10 chickens that I just finished growing. But we'll set these guys in their respective pens for a little bit. Just so they can go ahead and start making some triple 10 eggs. That way I have extras just in case. We'll check our crossbreeding. Boop. There we go. So we've gotten our first snowball chicken. Awesome. We'll go ahead and take these out of here. Perfect. So lapis and log. There we go. Our first snowball chicken. And these snowball chickens drop snowballs, obviously. So we'll put you down and boop. There we go. Our first triple 1 snowball chicken. Awesome sauce. That is done. Okay. Our next chicken that we're going to work on, let's see. We have our triple 10 iron chicken here, and we have a triple 10 iron egg, so that's fine. I'm going to yoink this chicken for the moment because we actually need it for the next set of crossbreeding. Let's head back to our main area here. Put away the lapis. You go there. Put away the log chickens. Those are going to be extra chickens we can cull. So let's see. We need bone white and iron becomes a silver chicken. Bone white chicken, iron chicken, get a silver chicken. Get that going. Let's see. Bone white and iron. We can toss these seeds back in here for now. Since we have more room over here, we can also go ahead and set up the other triple 10 chickens to start. Let's see. Well, let's actually, let me check to make sure I'm not doing multiple chickens again. Okay. We got light blue, gunpowder, string, cocoa, and iron. We already did those ones. So cocoa brown goes up there, gunpowder, iron, light blue, and string. So these ones can all go into the dumpage chest. Now we need the light gray, magenta, nickel, and orange. And we're going to put these eggs right here to signify the fact that we've already got the triple 10 of those chickens, and we'll put them back in there in a little bit. Okay. Light gray chicken, magenta chicken, nickel chicken, and the tasty orange chicken. Okay. those are going good. Those are going good. We'll go ahead and cull a few more of the in progress chickens. Then we'll move on to the next step. Grab all of these. I will probably... It's a bit of a tough call. I was about to say that I'll probably do more of this off camera with the next round of culling. The only issue that I have with that is that because these chickens can generate with a hat on, and there's not exactly an advancement for getting a ton of hats, but if you take a look in the corner up there, you'll see me like, oh, hat obtained, hat obtained. My question is, do I want to be doing this off camera where you all won't be able to see what hats I get? Because I think it's H, yeah. So yeah, like here's all the hats that I've gotten so far. Whoever Soren is, an arrow top hat, a Pahi hat, which I'm guessing is that little dot right there. Tentacool, and the Universal Pumpkin. So like I said, I guess the question is, do I want to risk getting a hat from one of these chickens that you all will then not see me getting a hat? Like, hey, how did we get that hat? Or once I start needing to collect said hats, like, oh, I have a bunch of these already. How did I get them? Oh yeah, it must have been from, you know, killing some chickens because they had a hat and now I'm wearing said hat. Not quite sure. I'm not planning on culling all of them right now, but I did want to kind of thin the number of chickens that I had, you know, stockpiled in here. Go ahead and toss all this into the dumpage chest, and I will sort it out later. Let's do this amount for right now. Speaking of thinning out the dumpage chest, hey, yeah, there we go. Got some clip-on rabbit ears. But speaking on clearing out the chests a bit, the next thing I'm gonna make is something I probably should have made a long while ago, and that is the Pam's Harvest Craft market block. Because I can use it. Oh, I got a turtle named Jeremy. And I got a crown of the Ice King. I can use the market box to sell a ton of the standard eggs that I've just been accumulating for basically ever here. It's something that I've thought about doing every now and again. I've had it on my list of stuff to do in an episode a couple times. It's just I end up getting sidetracked with other things and not doing it. So there we go. Like I said, it's kind of one of those things, if you think about it, it's like, I probably should have made this a while ago. I just kind of didn't. So let me go ahead and do it now. I do also want to check one thing before those chicken eggs hatch. It's hatchery, you can make the chicken feed with this feather meal and combining that with some seeds. So I want to see if you can feed that to the baby chickens instead of just feeding them seeds directly. Not that it's gonna like mean much of anything, like, oh, I'm running low on seeds, but I just want to see if it does make any difference. Again, if you can actually feed it to the baby chickens in place of seeds. It does say if you take a look at the item, add chicken feed to feeders as an alternative food source. So I'm like, okay, I don't really plan on using the feeders. Does this work for just feeding the baby chickens directly? If so, cool, and I'll use this. If not, no worries, and I'll just have some to use if I do set up a chicken feeder later on. I got the chicken feed. I got some seeds here. Let's grab some more seeds. The chicken eggs are doing just fine. Let's see. We're going to check that now. So yeah, so we need to make the Pam's shipping, the shipping bin. There we go. So it is logs and planks surrounded by, surrounding an emerald. Easy enough. I got plenty of logs and plenty of emeralds. So log, plank, and an emerald. There we go. The shipping bin. Now, the main reason you do this is to be able to sell the different herbs and plants and stuff that you can get from Pam's Harvest Craft for emeralds. I don't really need a ton of emeralds because I've been getting a lot from, what's this, silkworm? I don't need a lot of emeralds because I've already gotten a bunch just from, there we go. I've gotten a bunch just from sieving, but I figure if this is a good way for me to like use up some of these eggs. Let's see. Nice. So yep, I can just do this. Take the eggs, and for 16 eggs, I get 1 emerald. Again, this will be a great way for me to just go through and boop, 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 boop. I'll probably be doing this for a good bit off camera just because I have more than this. I have more than just this entire small storage crate filled with just, you know, regular eggs. I also have probably at least 3 different columns in my food bin of just eggs, in addition to all of the eggs that have been building up in these, just letting the, you know, the sand chicken and the coal chicken and the redstone chicken, just letting them go. I have tons of eggs, and while I do plan on using a large amount of them for creating different foods, if I can get some extra emeralds on the side from doing this, sure, I'll do it. So I'm just going to leave that that crate there. And just over time, as I'm like working on, you know, material generation and stuff off camera, I'll take, you know, an inventory's worth of stacks and just do that. But I've done it on camera so y'all can see it and be like, hey, now I can just clear out a ton of eggs. Let's see. There we go. Eggs for emeralds. Very nice. Again, like I said, I do plan on making a bunch of food recipes with the eggs, but for now, they're just, honestly, they're just building up. So let's see. Chicken feed. Can I feed this to you guys directly? I cannot. These guys are not interested in the chicken feed whatsoever. Again, that's okay. I was not sure if that could be done that way. If it was, cool. If not, not a big deal. Okay, come on, guys. Where are you? There you go. There's 1, 2, 3. And then the other one's... it's right behind me, isn't it? Go ahead and bring your cooldown. Bring you down. Go. 1 big chicken. Boop. 2 big chickens. Your cooldown is pretty good. Bring yours down. Oh, you're running away. Why are you running away? I'm feeding you directly. Boop. And you're about to pop into an adult chicken. So, like I said, good to know. We will keep the chicken feed for if/when I set up an actual, like, feeding pen. Okay, these guys should be pretty good in terms of creating the extra 10 eggs. Yes. Okay, so we'll grab you, pop you down. There's the light blue chicken. with the light blue 1010 egg. I'm just going to move these here for the moment. I'll collect them later. Same thing with the gunpowder chicken. Perfect. Gunpowder chicken, 1010 gunpowder egg. Move their drops down here. Actually, I'll just collect them now and toss them into the... Oh, that was the iron chicken egg. Good, good. I'm just going to collect the drops now, and I'll put them in the dumpage chest and then sort them out later. Okay, string chicken. Got it. Take all that. Thank you. And then cocoa brown chicken. And there we go. Okay. So we'll put these guys in the chicken bin for the 1010 chickens. I'll organize them later. Let's see. Light blue, gunpowder, string, and cocoa brown. And we can put this light blue here and the cocoa brown here. So now we just need to grow out these four to get some extra 1010 eggs to make sure we have them. Oh, there's my iron chicken egg. And let's check on the crossbreeders to see if they've completed their task. All right, orange chicken. Boop. We've got nickel chicken. Boop. We've got magenta chicken. Boop. And we've got light gray chicken. Boop. Perfect. Take a sip of water. Try that again. There we go. Hydration. All right. Let's check their progress. Yes, we have ourselves a silver chicken, which is what we are looking for. We'll go ahead and let this crossbreed finish. We'll take these out, set the next ones in there. We have silver done. And we now know that we cannot feed the chicken feed directly to the baby chickens, but that's okay. Again, it is not a big deal. It's worth making some stuff to test out a theory. If it works, cool. If not, hey, just pop it into storage and we're good. So we have our iron chicken, we have our bone white chicken, and then we have our brand new silver chicken. Boop. That can go right in here. Snowball is doing good. We're already getting some good eggs. And how's our lime chicken? Hey, lime chicken's already getting up to 777. Nice. All right. We'll deal more with that guy off camera. Let us put away our bone white and iron chicken. We'll start up our next crossbreed. Bone white, and then the iron one goes right here. We'll organize that later. Next up, we're actually going to need one of the iron chickens. The iron chicken. We need iron chicken and yellow chicken to make a gold chicken. So finally we'll have a nice passive ability to gain gold, which will be useful. So once again, iron and yellow will turn into gold. Boop. Okay. Next up, I need to do an experiment to see exactly how this mechanism works. So obviously, if we take a look in the Beta Questing quest log, we do need to go to the Nether as well as the End for a few different things. And I will be going to the End, but I would like to have access to enchanting first, just to make sure that I have a full set of enchanted armor, enchanted tools, and all that stuff. I don't know what the End is going to be like here in StoneBlock, if it's just going to be a whole crap ton of netherrack with some ores mixed in, if it's going to be like actual normal generated nether or what. So I want to be prepared for it just to be on the safe side. And to do that, like I said, I want to have access to enchanting. But I can get some netherrack now with the materials that I have access to. If we take a look here, to create netherrack, all you have to do is put lava with some redstone into a stone barrel and you get netherrack. So I want to make sure that this works how I think it's going to work, because if so, I can then somewhat automate it to just make it a little faster. I do need a bucket, and I need some redstone. So put away the chicken stuff for the moment. Place down the stone barrel. We've got an ultimate fluid tank here of lava. And so let's see. We do this. We've got that. Perfect. Easily done. So just right click it twice and we're good. Which means I should be able to not exactly automate this, but make the process a fair bit faster. If we take, let's see, just a regular chest, we'll take a mechanism fluid pipe and then a mechanism item pipe. We'll grab our configurator. So in theory, all we have to do by placing this here, we take our fluid pipe and then our item pipe, and let's see if this works. So we pull, that puts 1 bucket of lava into here. This is an item pipe. We set that to pull. So with redstone, okay, nothing changed. We used, but hey, it works. So we literally, all we have to do is just right click, boop, boop. So yeah, it's not exactly automation, but instead of having to go through, you know, right click with a bucket, right click with a bucket, right click with redstone, right click with redstone, right click with a bucket, right click with a bucket, I can just do this and I now have all of the netherrack that I could need. Now I don't need a ton for what I'm looking to do. And you can actually see the level of lava go down in the tank over there, which is nice. I don't need a ton of netherrack, but there is some things that I can do with it. So knowing that this method works not only for the creation of netherrack, but for the creation of a few other things, will actually allow me to work a little faster in terms of converting certain materials into other materials. The main thing that I'm looking at, although it may be a little harder to do, is there's a fluid called witch water that can be used to convert, I want to say it's sand to soul sand. Not that I really need soul sand right now. Oh, look, there we go. I went through all of that lava, and now I have a bunch of netherrack. Nice. I'm glad that that worked. That makes me happy. I'm always glad when I can figure out little tricks like that to be like, yep, I'm just gonna, you know, instead of sitting here and having you all watch me right click, right click, right click, right click, right click, right click, and so on, it's just boop, 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 and it's done. Which also makes it faster for this to do off camera. Like, hey, I need another like 2 stacks of netherrack. Okay, let me just set this up real quick. Boom, 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 and we're good. Nice. All right, I'm happy. I do want to take this ultimate fluid tank and fill it up with some more lava. So I'm just going to attach it back to my lava generator here. Boop. And this will fill up very slowly with lava, while some lava will go into the heat generator to make more power. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad that works. There are certain things that I test off camera just to be like, okay, This is a wildly convoluted thing. I kind of want to know whether or not it's going to work before I even attempt it. But then there's other things I'm like, I'm going to put the materials together in my brain. This should work. Let me try it. Cool, it works. Or nope, it doesn't. But what I need netherrack for at the moment, I need to turn the netherrack into the nether bricks to turn into the nether brick blocks for a certain machine that I'll be able to make later to get access to creosote oil faster than this coke oven. I don't need a lot of creosote oil right now, but I will need a large amount of it later when I'm making a whole bunch of the garden cloches for all of the different crops that I can grow over there in the crop yards. So if I take some of this netherrack and I just smelt it up here, I get the nether bricks. I can then turn those into the nether brick blocks, and that is one of the ingredients for crafting the I think what's called the pyro... Oh, what's it called? I have it written down. Pyrolytic conversion from thermal foundation. But a nice thing about this netherrack too is I can compress it. Boop. So even though I've made a bunch of netherrack, I do have a ton of storage, obviously set aside for compressible blocks. But I also have a bunch of storage for the, I'm happy that I can compress it to make it easier. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Okay. We'll just put that away for right now, but I'm glad that that works. Perfect. Okay. Let us check on our crossbreed, and then we will start making the next machine. Let's see. Hey, we've got ourselves a gold chicken. Awesome. Okay, that worked. Very good progress. Getting quite a nice assortment of crossbreeds. Hey, we've got ourselves a 666, or 777, excuse me. That's the egg I need. We'll just wait for this crossbreed to finish. We'll pop the next one in there. We're making some very good progress on our large flock of chickens. 8, 9, crossbred. Thank you. So we'll take our yellow and iron back out, and we're going to plunk down our gold chicken. So that way it can start breeding higher and higher to make better and better eggs. Let's see. The next one we need, we head back to our chickens. Yellow goes there. Iron chicken goes there. We need cocoa brown and yellow. So we actually need to take this cocoa brown and one of the yellows we just made, and this will make a copper chicken. Again, a material that we already have a lot of, but it's good to have a nice passive generation for it. So cocoa brown and yellow, if we take a look, makes copper chicken. So we'll have that working. Okay. So the next thing that I would like to work on while that crossbreed is going is with some of the industrial foregoing machinery. Now, we made the latex extractor last episode, and we started that with extracting quite a nice amount of liquid latex. It's called the tree fluid extractor. Apologies. But the tree fluids extractor, you put a log in front of it, it extracts liquid latex. It was going into this ultimate fluid tank here. As you can see, we were able to make quite a bit of liquid latex. And I just had this running constantly off camera as I was breeding up the chickens, using the acacia wood, because you get more liquid latex from each log of acacia than you do with like the standard oak. even though I have an absolute tonnage of oak. But to process the liquid latex, we need to make the latex processing units. So we'll take a look. It helps if I spell things correctly. All right, there it is, the latex processing units. When provided with power, water, and latex, it will produce tiny dry rubber. It consumes 75 millibuckets of latex and 1 bucket of water to produce 1 tiny dry rubber. So, we are going to need some iron, some furnaces, and either a steel casing, a machine frame, or a machine case from Tesla Core Lab, or a simple machine chassis from Ender.io. It's kind of interesting that you can do any of these and it works perfectly fine. I think I'll just make the regular steel casing from Mechanism, so it's just glass, steel, and osmium. Easy enough to make. I've got plenty of all of the above. We need some osmium, and we need some glass, which I was going to say I have plenty of glass already made up. There we go. So we need... Oh, I only grabbed 1 piece of glass. Boop-a-derp-a-derp. Thank you. Right-click a partial stack of glass. Thank you. Okay. We've got ourselves a steel casing. Next up, we need some iron, redstone. We need to make 2 furnaces, which is easy. Iron. I'm running a little low on redstone, but then again, I have the redstone chickens over there, so that's producing a nice amount. I'm going to need some cobblestone, which this is going quite well. We'll just take that amount of double compressed to make that amount of compressed, and that's plenty of cobblestone to make 2 furnaces. Now, we do need to make an iron gear, which there's a couple different ways of making an iron gear. There is simply taking the iron and going like this, boop, and that makes an iron gear. But we can also go ahead and make the... I don't actually have it in here. The plate cast for gears that allows you to just smelt the material and then pour it directly into here. Let's take that, do that. Now I do have a few more casts that I need to make. Let's go ahead and make them now. The only reason I'm doing this, like using the smeltery here to make the gear, is because back when we were playing SevTech, for a long while, this was really the only way that you could make some of these specific shapes, was with the Tinker's Construct smeltery, and then with the metal press from Immersive Engineering. So while I don't need to do this directly, I can just make it in my inventory. I do kind of want to also use these steps, so I have them for potential other uses. So let's see. It's just a little side diversion here. We are going to need some aluminum brass. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 more casts that I need to make. We need to make the ingot cast, which is going to take a brick. We need to make the nugget cast, which is unfortunate because it means we're going to have to actually sacrifice a nugget of material to make the cast for nuggets. Unfortunately, there's no non ore nugget that you can make, like a stone nugget or something that you can then use for making this. Like, I don't even think the stone shards can be used to make, it makes the shard casts, not the nugget casts. So unfortunately, we'll have to sacrifice a nugget of gold to make the nugget cast. And unfortunately, we're also going to have to do the same thing with the gem cast. We have to sacrifice a piece of emerald to make that. But, you know, we've got plenty of emeralds, and now we can sell eggs to get lots more. So it's not a big deal. I do want to make a clay plate for the plate cast, which is just simply 2 pieces of clay that we cook into the clay plates, and then we can use that to make the clay cast. So boop, boop. I do kind of like looking into these little, I don't want to exactly say like side projects, because they're all, you know, part of playing the mod pack, but just these like, oh, you can go down this path to make this thing, or you can go down this path. And then a gear. So obviously there's tons of gears that we can make. I think we'll just use a basic wooden gear, which is just 4 sticks. And we can easily do that with the large number of sticks we have. Boop, 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 boop. Wooden gear from Buildcraft. And that also gets us Arborally Mechanical, which is an advancement from Buildcraft, which is, if we take a look, come on. Craft a wooden gear. Okay, yeah. Arborally Mechanical. Isn't that from Buildcraft? Oh, no, it's actually from Ender.io. I didn't even... Okay, sure. Well, we'll go with that. I didn't even make the gear from that mod, but it's still get okay. You know what? That's fine. We'll go with it. That's perfectly fine. All right. Again, the strangeness of the different mods in the mod pack kind of combining weirdly, but that's okay. Okay, we'll smelt some aluminum brass because it only takes 1 unit or 1 ingot of aluminum brass to make these casts. We have our standard seared faucet here, so I can just pour 1 bit at a time. Okay, molten aluminum brass, very nice. So we take the brick, place the brick, and we now have the brick cast. Thank you. We take the gold nuggets, and now we have the nugget cast. Many of these casts I probably won't use very often at all, but it is still useful to have them just in case. If, say, pouring a ton of materials into this smeltery is the fastest way to get from point A to point B, I'll use it. Okay then, well, I guess I can't use... Huh, interesting. I thought I could use the wood gear to make that. It says... Oh, okay. Stone gear. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Well, side method, possibly. Steel gear, nickel, aluminum. Can we not actually use the stone gear to make the stone casts? Because, like, I was able to make most of the casts just out of wood. Okay, fine. We'll do it that way then. Speaking of different mods meshing weirdly, but that's okay. So we're going to take the wooden gear. We're going to surround it with cobblestone. We're going to make the stone gear from Buildcraft, and we'll get geologically mechanical, which is making a stone gear. And now we take the stone gear, plunk it in here, and now we still can't use that. Okay. Huh. It's specifically gold. It won't allow you to use aluminum brass. Huh. Well, sure. If that's what it's got to be, then that's what it's got to be. We'll take 2 ingots of gold and we'll smelt that up in here. We just used our ingot cast to get the aluminum brass back. We'll go ahead and toss the gold in here. And let's see. Give that a moment to smelt. All right. That stuff is working okay. So we have our molten gold. Let's see if this works. There we go. Now we can do it. Why the other things work perfectly fine for aluminum brass, but this specifically calls out for gold? Don't know. Doesn't really matter. It's not a big deal. It's not like I'm, you know, breaking anything in terms of like, hey, this is supposed to only work like this. But all of that was to essentially say what I could do is I can take the gear cast, I can take 4 pieces of iron like this, toss them in here to make an iron gear. Now, once again, of course, with an iron gear, there's like multiple versions of iron gears. I can just take a stone gear, surround it with iron, and make an iron gear. Or I can use less materials and just make an iron gear like that. Or I can take 4 iron in the metal press with the metal press gear mold. Or I can also melt 4 iron, use the gear cast, and make the iron gear. So again, all the different side paths that you can use to achieve the same end goal, it's nice to look into every now and again. Just so, if no other reason, you don't get stuck in using one specific mod for an end result every single time. And I'm definitely kind of guilty in that, in the idea of a lot of times, hey, stuff has, you know, a mod pack has mechanism in it. Okay, I'm going to use mechanism exclusively for this, and this. Hey, this mod pack has immersive engineering in it. Okay, I'm going to use immersive engineering exclusively for this, and this. It makes it so you don't realize that, hey, these other mods could potentially do something that you're looking to do even faster or even better, or even just in a more fun way. So it's always good to experiment with all the different methods that you have to get to an end result. You can still choose which one you like the best, but it's still good to check with them. In any event, all of this was to make the latex processing units that we were originally going for industrial foregoing, like so. So we've got latex processing units. This area is getting very crowded, like I said. We're going to plunk it right here. So plenty of power, not a problem. We need water and we need latex. We have plenty of latex here. And we have a fair amount of water here. So if we take this, can we just do that? Okay. Perfect. So we can just chuck both tanks in here. So that is using the latex and the water here. Bloop. And that's creating the tiny dry rubber. What we then do is combine these into a singular ball of rubber and then smelt that into plastic. we go. So we'll be able to do just a lot of this, again, off camera as we're working on other things. We have our first tiny dry rubber. We'll go ahead and take that over to our crafting table here. And like so, we now have dry rubber. We then take the dry rubber. We add that to the smelter here. Boop. Oh, excuse me, not the tiny dry rubber. We need the actual dry rubber. Excuse me. And now we have plastic from Industrial 4 going. And we can use this plastic to make a lot of different... Wrong thing. There we go. A lot of different things. We can make hazmat suits. We can make heat conductors. We can make all sorts of high voltage cables. The main thing we're going to be using it for, at least for right now, is the enchantment extractor, and the enchantment applicator, as well as the fluid. Oops. Let's see. We're going to need the fluid dictionary converter, which, like I said, allows us to convert the liquid experience into essence, which is going to power these machines. Okay. We've got that. We're good for there. Let's go check our crossbreeding to make sure we've got our next type of chicken. Hey, we've got our copper chicken. Very nice. Oh, and that just finished a crossbreed. Perfect. Okay. Our chicken progress is going quite well. We actually got 2 copper chickens. That's okay. Boop. Okay, copper chicken is done. Let's put these away, and we'll go ahead and make our final crossbreed for the episode. Let's see. Yellow chicken goes away. Cocoa brown chicken goes away. This copper chicken goes into the dumpage chest. Let's see. The last crossbreed for the day is going to be cyan and iron. So we've got a cyan chicken. We'll need to take one of our iron chickens. And this is going to make a lead chicken. I don't think oh no, I've gotten lead from the sieving. Okay. I was gonna say, I don't think I have any lead yet. Never mind, I have a whole bunch. So yeah, if we take a look at the cyan chicken here, cyan chicken and iron chicken, the only thing it makes is lead chicken. That's okay. All right. That is going. That's going to go quite well. A slurp of apple juice here. Okay. Can I take... No, I can't. That's okay. I'm sure there's going to be a way that I can extract any leftover latex from here. Let's see now. We've already done those. Got all that. Just checking over my notes. All right. Like I said, part of the next big step that we're going to be needing to take is expanding the center base downwards into the first basement. Part of me was wanting to have access to enchanting before doing that, because I wanted to not be using up as much materials when it comes to actually digging down. But considering I have access to very fast, rapid repair with the powered diamond anvil, I'm not as worried about it. And we have, quite a large amount of power, so that's not a big deal. I would like to make, because there are several different digging tools that you can make beyond simply like the diamond paxel, which I already have. There's some different drills. There's a whole bunch of different things that you can make that are used to just dig very fast. I think I'd like to make at least one, if not two of them, just to be able to show them off and play around with them. If we take a look at the mechanism, there is the, what is it called? There it is, the atomic disassembler. So what this does is you can use this, and it uses power to dig faster. So like its standard dig speed is like a diamond pick with I want to say like efficiency 3 on it. You can have it dig fast, which is a diamond pick with efficiency 5. You can have it, I think you can have it use silk touch even. But let's see the materials we need to make. Atomic alloy, refined obsidian ingots, and an energy tablet. Should be able to make those pretty easily. We do have the atomic alloy, so that's not a big deal. The refined obsidian ingot is gonna be, let's see, the osmium compressor. Do I have that already made? Did I make the osmium compressor? I did not. Okay, so we're gonna have to hold off on that for right now. Yeah, it's basically a machine that you can use to put osmium into stuff. It honestly, it only does 2 things. It makes refined obsidian ingot and the glowstone ingot. That's all it does. Yeah, I'll make that. I'll make that next time. Okay, so passing on that for the moment. We're working on the lead chicken. Do I have enough stuff to get put together to make the metal press? Let's take a look. This is from Immersive Engineering. We'll grab the Immersive Engineering stuff, put away the configurator, we'll put away these things for the moment. Where's my Immersive Engineering stuff? Over here in Tools, yes. The Engineer Manual, Hammer, and the wire cutters. I think the other thing I'm going to need is going to be the projector, because this is a multi-block structure. So let me take a look. No, that's projectiles. Did they? No, that should be part of it. That's the floodlight. Let's see. All that stuff is the same. Item pipes. Metal press. Okay, we know that because, yeah, we have to make that stuff. Okay. There used to be a projector. Okay, we got that. I'll have to look into that, because in previous versions of this, you basically combined a projector with the engineer manual with what you're looking to make, and then it projects a little version of the multi-block structure onto the ground that you could then just take a look at. I guess you just now build it directly and then boop it. Okay, I mean, that's not a big deal. I can certainly do that. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to hold off on that. I do have to look at that a little bit more, but that's okay. So yeah, we need to make the osmium compressor to be able to make the refined obsidian ingots. We need to make the all the metal press stuff with immersive engineering. Our latex processor is going okay. Okay, yeah. Let's go check our crossbreed. Cyan and iron. I would like to try and see if we can get that lead chicken before we end, because I don't want the lead chicken to pop up off camera, as it were. So let's keep going for just a little bit to see if we can get a lead chicken. Okay. Sorry, I obviously have a list of stuff that I was going to work on, and I thought a few of them were going to go a certain way, and they seem to be going a different way, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. Okay, so we need the osmium compressor. So enriched alloy, buckets, advanced control circuits, and a steel casing, which is steel, glass, and osmium. Okay, we can easily go ahead and make these. Steel, we need osmium, we need glass. All right, osmium compressor. We have ourselves a steel casing. We need buckets, enriched alloys, and that. So we got enriched alloys, we've got advanced circuits, and we're going to need buckets, which means we're going to need iron. So boop, 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 boop. Got it. We have our osmium compressor. We'll set it down for just a second. And the recipes, again, it's simply adding osmium to refined obsidian dust to make a refined obsidian ingot. And that's used for a couple things. The robots, the atomic disassembler, which is what we are looking to make. We can turn this into a factory. Right. Yes. Yeah, you can take the osmium compressor, make it the basic factory. So let's just go ahead and make it the ultimate factory. So we're going to need iron, redstone, and basic control circuits. So we'll grab a bit more iron. There we go. We're going to need some more redstone and some basic circuits. Okay, osmium compressor, basic compressing factory, done. Then advanced compressing factory, which is osmium enriched alloys and the advanced circuits, done. Then the elite compressing factory, which is elite, reinforced, and gold. We need elite, we need reinforced, and we need some gold. There we go. Okay. So that does not get any bigger. That's all right. We can go ahead and put these materials back away. Like so. And like so. All right. Let's see what upgrades this thing takes. It takes speed, energy, muffling, which we're not going to worry about. Okay, so just the usual. So we are going to need to make 8 speed and 8 mufflings for this. Check our crossbreed. Hey, there we go. That's a good way to end. We have ourselves a lead chicken. Thank you. Okay. But we do have the osmium compressor. So next episode we'll be able... Next episode we'll be able to start making some compressed stuff to be able to make the atomic disassembler. Let's see. So today we've gone through and made a bunch of chickens. We've got a whole bunch of new 1010 chickens that have been bred. We have plenty of 1010 eggs. We did a bunch of crossbreeding for snowball, silver, gold, copper, and lead, thankfully enough. We found a very easy way to make netherrack. We can start selling eggs for emeralds. We can drain our XP bar to make liquid XP, which is going to be very useful. And we are now able to convert all of our liquid latex into plastic. So I think what we'll be working on for the next episode is putting together the rest of the materials to make the enchantment extractor, the enchantment applicator. We're gonna probably start doing some enchanting so we can start building up a bunch of enchanted books to be able to use with the enchantment applicator. And then from there, probably start digging our way into the first basement here for Center Base to be able to expand out how many machines that we're using to generate power, as well as how many machines that we're using to utilize power. Because obviously this area right here is starting to get kind of congested, and I really want to make some progress with the with power generation here, make more of these generators to get these advancements done, as well as make some of the other generators that are part of other advancements and other mods, as well as start building some of the bigger machines, because especially with immersive engineering, with them being multi-block structures, they're going to get a lot bigger. So I think that is where we are going to end today. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. But until next time, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you have a good day and good game.